Let's play Homage to hoop.
Temple.
So then that summer, who you end up going to? You went back to the AAU circuit with the same guys? Is Boo Williams on your radar? What Boo Williams talk about, man?
I probably tricked it up with Boo.
How you trick it? How you gonna trick it up with Boo? What you button on the man? What you do?
Nah, I don't know. I think this was like 9th grade going into 10th grade. While I was the Norfolk. So I don't know, these years, man, it's so long ago. It's like hella years ago. But the Norfolk team, I want to say it was that team or something. Whatever, we lost to Martinsville or some shit. So at this point, you know what I mean, I'm furious.
He said, everybody lose to these niggas.
Nah, like we lost, it was a tough game, but we wasn't one of them bad games to make it to nationals again.
Oh shit.
And,
but see, they play that uniform game.
I think I might have ran it. I don't know how this shit went, man. I know Tim going to 11th. Well, after my 11th, I played with Boo. But Tim going to 11th, I think that was the year where I didn't play with Boo because I kicked the water fountain out the wall after we lost.
God damn, where?
We was at gym in Newport News. That jumped down by the shipyard. I can't think of the name of it, man. We played all them AAU games. Little gym. You know, it's a little...
The high school?
Gym. It ain't in the high school. It's like
the apprenticeship
like
shit?
Apprenticeship,
I think it's they shit, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So you just goddamn was T.O.ing this shit. You just, goddamn.
So I see everybody else snapping, and I'm mad as shit we lost. You know what I'm saying? I think it's with the Norfolk team again. And it might have been that same year. So, all right, this is exactly how it happened. We lost to T. Ham and them. So that was a game where it automatically qualified us to go.
Right, you right in there, yeah.
So we played another game. So if we lose this, then goddamn, we out.
Because this is the time you got to win a certain amount of tournaments to get. That's what this shit is. Y'all qualifying, you got to win a certain amount of tournaments.
If you lose 2, you out. You know,
right?
You double elimination.
Yeah.
So that was our first loss against T. Ham and them and Cook. You know what I'm saying? So we lost to them. Then we come play another game at the little apprenticeship gym, and we lose that game. So I don't know what happened, how it went. We end up losing. Everybody snapping. Everybody mad. I see a couple people push over fans, like them big fans they used to have in the gym. They pushing them over. Everybody mad. We snapping. So I kicked the water fountain. Boom. Then, like, as soon as I do it, my coach ran out. Brandon, you gonna have to pay for that.
That shit busted.
Nah, that jump just fell off the wall. That jump was dangling. Then I had to have a meeting with Boo Williams. He sat me down, was talking to him. You know that's vandalism or something like that. Yeah. So he sat me down. He like, yeah, you can do time. Like, talking like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
talking
Boo,
like that. I'm like, man, shit, man, I just mad, man. I ain't know, like, Boo, like, lecturing me like a mug. Like, so I don't know what happened after that. I just went on. I ain't had to pay for nothing or nothing like that. But you know what I'm saying? I think it messed me up. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I had it, like going to national, like somebody probably would have picked me up to go to nationals that year. Like 10 of them probably would have picked me up or something, but Boo probably like, nah,
that nigga I can't, this nigga crazy. I can't, this nigga not yet. He needs some more, talking to.
Yeah, so I don't know what went on that year, so.
Coming now we coming into this junior year now. Now I know you very anxious now. You kicking the shit out the wall, but now you feel like, you know, some of these guys gone. Simkin, he gone. So now, what you stepping into? You stepping into the starter role now.
Yeah, so that's when we had the squad, but like, I remember we stretching like tryouts. And we just, it's like probably me, Brian, forget who else was in the front. Like you had like 3, 4 people leading the jump. We stretching, we just looking at the squad, looking at everybody like, damn, we be nice this year.
Right.
Like, God damn.
Looking at
everybody like, shit, we gonna be nice.
You
like,
see
we
it.
just won the jump at Coastal Christian. Walt Webb, his team, they was like national champions or something. Page
was Jackie Butler there at Coastal Christian at this time? The big man?
He might have been. I remember Jermaine Bell played for them, my boy. And
went to Vanderbilt?
I don't know what J. Bell know. He ended up playing with us with Boo and stuff. I think he went to Syracuse or something. I don't know.
You said Bill?
Bell, B-E-L-L.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They are J.R., what was it, J.R. Pennock?
Pennock, yeah.
What's the point guard?
J.R. Pennock, George Washington. George Washington.
Then they had another dude that went to Georgia.
Point guard?
Yeah, he like my build, damn near light skin, but...
Sunday Alder?
Nah. I think his name...
Mercer?
Can't think his name.
You talking about Mike Mercer?
They had a lot of dudes, though, but they was like just getting players in. But we was playing in that summer league. You know what I mean? It was just... I think I was in summer school or something. I had to run a mile every day in summer school with that jump, so I was getting my little cardio. We was lifting, Then I had Miss Johnson for PE, advanced PE.
Miss Johnson with all the J's, yeah.
And then my pops, I got all the equipment at his crib, so I was just like, man, I just want to lift, just want to be in the gym, you know what I'm saying, like, and just chilling. Like,
you was getting in.
So I was getting in at work, and then, you know what I mean, that year came, so we looking at everybody for the tryouts. We looking at the squad like, damn, we gonna be tough. We got JJ, we got Tonio, we got Briss, we got just whole cheeks. Goddamn, we got everybody. Like, we deep. Then Spellman come in that jump. You. Like, god damn, that's our whole starting five. That's who we just won the summer league with. Like,
can't play.
Saying? We just won the summer league at Coastal Christian. Like, me and Tonio, JJ, we like all of us getting like 4 dunks a piece every game. You know what I'm saying? We running through teams. Like, we looking good. Like, he came like, all y'all ineligible or too old or something. Like y'all can't play. So he took like 5 dudes. And I'm like, damn.
All the dreams down the goddamn drain.
It won't, because we know we still had shit. We still had some hoopers, but you know what I'm saying? Niggas just gonna have to carry the load.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it was just, you know what I mean? Maybe it worked out how it worked out for a reason, you know what I mean? But I think we would have won way more games. I know we'd have won, like, we probably wouldn't have lost no games if we would have had our real squad, but, like, you know what I'm saying? We had to work with what we had, and we had some hoopers, so, you know what I mean?
How did your numbers fare that season?
That was like, so starting off, like the first 8 games of the season, I was probably averaging like 28, 27. Like, so I think I was leading the state in scoring at a point, you know what I'm saying? So, like, my numbers was looking great, you know what I'm saying? Like 30, 40 points, 30s, 34s, a lot of 38s, like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, the numbers was good. Like, I don't, like, as far as assists and steals and rebounds, I feel like River really won't on that for me. Like, I feel like I might average about 5 rebounds, 4, 5 assists. Like, they really won't highlighting that. But then, like, I look at other guys that was like Gilchrist and Cook. Like, they make sure they got all their stats in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got 25 or 22, 7, 8. Like, that looked good. Like, me back then, I ain't really thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? So I should have been on them more. Like, how many steals I be having? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I had stats.
But was playing the passing.
All they was talking about was, they going scoring. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was, you know what I mean?
And what was the accolades at the end of that season? Because I know for a fact he was all Tidewater, you know?
Yeah, he got all Tidewater.
All Southeastern District?
Southeastern District first team, MVP for the tournament, second team All-State. And, you know, all the stuff with Boo, like all the traveling, you know what I mean?
So now you got...
camps, Nike camps.
So now that, that's what I was
saying. That was the following year.
So that junior...
like kind of a little radar. Like, I had a couple schools sending letters a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
How'd that feel? Who was your first letter?
I think it was ODU. Like, that's all I was getting, like ODU stuff. I see them at the game, and then really, I ain't really know too much about the recruitment thing. Like, I don't know. I feel
What's the school you was looking at this? What's the school you loving at this time? It's college.
UNC, like that's
UNC that's every kid's dream.
That's our colors, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We had Capel.
Yeah, he was there.
You know what I'm saying? You got Ronald Curry.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's UNC. Then before that, you know what I'm saying? You had Vince, Shamon Williams. You had Coda. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Antoine Jameson. Yeah, you seen all these guys. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's where I wanted to be at, UNC.
So, you get your first letter from Old Dominion. This is your junior summer.
Yep.
And now you got them, you know, on the radar, the camp. What's the biggest camp you went to this year?
I don't think I went to no camps that year. It was just AAU.
With
Boo. So we had dudes like J.R. Reynolds.
Shout out J.R. Reynolds from the UVA.
You got Cook. You got Rio.
Rio, who was that?
Mario Tabron. He went to Temple. Jump out the gym, crazy bounce game. Like, all these dudes, we got dudes going to Georgetown. We got people going, like, everywhere. Everybody going D1. Yeah, I don't think Fluff played with us that year, but...
You had some guys.
Yeah, we had some hoopers.
And what was your role on that team?
Coming off the bench, or, like, before we got JR, I was kind of starting some games. But then JR came on, like, and he was getting a lot of my minutes, so... Not saying my minutes, but, like, at the position I was playing, Cook, you know what I'm saying, Rio. They already being recruited. They already played with Boo 2 or 3 years or whatever. But, you know what I'm saying? So I seen a lot of guys come on with Boo and then couldn't stand to, like, you know, sit the bench some games or not But I just know when I get my chance, I'm going to show what I can do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to earn my spot. I'm going to show whoever out there in the stands who I am or whatever. So I ain't really tripped. I was loving traveling.
There you go, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? For free and all that, getting the gear. Like, that's your dream to be on that team. So that's like making it to college or, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Almost. You already know you're going D1 once you're on that team, so.
Now, how was that now? You know, you said you're on the team, and then are more letters coming now after the Old Dominion thing? Are more letters now that you're on this team?
Yeah, after that summer with Boo, and I ended up transferring to Ryan Academy.
Now, why you why do you leave? Why you leave Indian Road?
Same thing, grade, summer school, kicked out of summer school behind some BS, and then ended up having to go to private school, ended up going to Ryan Academy.
And where's Ryan?
It's in Norfolk off Little Creek, so
Okay.
it's off in the cut. Like
One of the small ones.
Yeah, it's a real small school, but we had like 8 hoopers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody there to play basketball.
Before you go there, all right, you kicked out of Indian River. Why not Atlantic Shores? Why
I
not?
didn't get kicked out of River.
Well, you don't do the summer school thing.
Yeah,
right.
I went to summer school. I got kicked out of summer school like Oscar Smith.
Right,
which
okay,
I think
yeah.
was some BS anyway. Like, we had Smith, like, you know what I mean? Any little thing or anything, like, and there's a lot of stuff behind that, but.
Yeah, there's a lot of stipulations behind that.
It's a lot of BS.
Right. It set you back a little bit. But after, not doing that, why Ryan Academy? Why not Atlantic Shores? Why not,
At first, I was at Greenbrier, but.
Greenbrier Christian?
Yeah,
Okay.
So I went to Greenbrier for a couple of days. I was there like a couple of weeks, but we weren't making them payments. Like, so it was like, if you ain't
they weren't trying to do the scholarship?
Like, they weren't doing like a full scholarship thing. It's like, so it ain't work out. So we got up out of there, and I ended up at Ryan Academy. My boy Rio was there, and he was already going to Temple. So I was like, I can go to Division I. I was gonna go to Coastal. I looked at some other schools.
This time Coastal Christian talking heavily.
Yeah, they want me to come there, but I ended up choosing Ryan. We ended up being in like the same conference too, though. But Rio, he was kind of the determining factor because I'd already been playing with him AAU.
Right.
That was my guy. Like, I knew he was official. Like, me and him in the backcourt.
And then you already know he got the look from Temple.
Yeah.
From
and
here.
then we had a dude going to Memphis, big Puerto Rican dude, big man. Then we had an African going to Richmond.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so we got hoopers. He played with us, Modestus Rialka. He played with us for Boo Williams. So I had a couple dudes from Boo.
Right.
Yvonne Lopez, he was going to Memphis, like big man. Puerto Rican. And we had my man Boo. I don't even know Boo real name. Boo from out the beach.
Yeah.
Handle the rock, shoot that jump. Boo get buckets. Like, everybody know Boo. You know what I'm saying? So my man Ryan, rest in peace Ryan, man. You know what I'm saying? He was the youngin', like freshman on the squad. He had game. You know what I'm saying? So, and then, you know what I mean? A couple other guys that was coming and going.
Yeah.
Yeah, my man Chip, like we had a lot of dudes. It was like probably like 8 guys. So 9 dudes. We didn't even have enough to really scrimmage and practice.
Okay, y'all was a little underrated mod then.
Yeah, we was like, at first we was ranked. They had us ranked like USA Today. They wanted to do like a lot of stuff. And then like after a while it kind of fell through because we was like a little hole in the wall school and like a lot of head cases. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So
like,
guys were falling off the team. Yeah, you had guys falling off the team.
Like a couple, but the coach ended up giving up on us. Like the coach stopped, like we were supposed to play River in the Christmas tournament.
Yeah.
So Ryan Academy the year before that, I gave them 47 in the jump, broke the record at Bethel for the Christmas tournament. So the next year I ended up at Ryan Academy, and we about to play River. You know what I'm saying, with Paige and all that. You know what I'm saying, but our team kind of like a couple guys that fell off. The coach ain't really rocking with us. The coach was like, nah, y'all ain't even playing in there.
Yeah.
I think a couple guys couldn't play because of like age or something. Like they was reclassed. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't play them like. But the
y'all forfeited right before the game. Type vibe.
Like type thing, man. I was still trying to play. I already called dudes up like, look, we got 5. We going.
You trying to get that shit back, huh?
Man, I want to see River. I was trying to break my record against
You
River.
gonna
Or
give him
something
50?
like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling, but like that's my mind state, like what I want to do.
So how did your season fare? You know what I mean, with all that going on.
It was cool though. We was traveling. We was going up to D.C. and Maryland. That's why our conference was.
Okay.
We played like Coastal Christian was the only team around here that was in our
playing.
conference.
Yeah.
But it was teams up there, and I don't even really know what conference or what
it
you know
was.
what I'm saying,
You was
'cause
getting
it's
it
like,
in.
man, Joe, it's kind of janky, but it's like our jerseys was we was playing like Mount Zion though. We playing official teams.
Yeah.
Like everybody we play official, we playing in official tournaments. Like the school has won a national championship before, so it ain't just it ain't a nothing school. Like, and we had a lot of talent, but it just our mental weren't there. Like as a team, like we didn't have it. Like you know what I'm saying, I don't know, everybody was just everywhere. We had a lot of different people, a lot of different stuff going on. So it's like, and that's one of the places probably you go when it's like you know what I'm saying. It's that type, you know what I mean, a second chance type.
Okay, it was one of that. Yeah.
But we was tough. Like people would sign. Like we had Memphis coming in there. Like after we in there playing like 3-on-3 because we don't got no team. Real, so we playing 3-on-3. Memphis in there watching us because our big man going there. Yeah. The assistant coach, me and my pops leaving out. He like, yeah, come to Memphis, be like the next D-Wag. And I'm laughing like, like, all right. But I'm like, hey, shit, send me some paperwork or something. Let me know. Yeah. Like, but I'm playing it cool and stuff, like, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I'm still trying to UNC or whatever.
Did you reclassify when you went around?
Yeah, I reclassed that year, and, you know, so I got my grades right and everything. That was a good thing, you know what I mean? Got back on track, being eligible, just being able to go to play college ball, like. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If I'd have stayed on the path I was on, I probably wouldn't have been eligible to go, you know what I'm saying, play college. So they got me in private school with smaller classes. You know, I got my grades up and you know, played with Boo again. Okay,
and that summer, more Boo. Now, how'd that go? How'd that feel?
So this year, you know what I mean, it's kind of the same, but it's like I'm getting way more burn, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting more, like different situations, but.
Who playing? Same guys or what?
You know, he was getting dudes from, like, a couple dudes from DC. We had Cook still. I'm trying to think who our guards was, man. Who was I playing with too? Because a lot of times we had Fluff.
Who was Fluff?
McVicker from, he played with Coastal. He played with Houston, went to Providence. I think he led the country in scoring in college at one point. Like, we had, I don't think JR was still there.
I think JR was in college,
But yeah, we had some hoopers, man. I just can't really, right now I can't even remember who the hell.
Yeah, because you pulled a lot of guys. He pulled a lot of guys.
Yeah, man. It be dudes in and out. Everybody really probably already signed. I ain't really signed yet, but I was getting a lot of letters and stuff, though. Like,
so now this year, the camp's coming.
Yeah, so.
Now, how was that going to that, you know, that Nike All-American camp? How was that?
Man, that joint was cool, man. It's like just, like now seeing, like you got the yearbook that shows everybody that was at the camp. So then you see, like Greg Odens and all these different dudes and all this, like, all right, he end up being, you know what I'm saying? Right. But playing against it is cool. Like, as soon as I come in to the jump, you see Rudy Gay just taking off, banging. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dudes like that. But it was just cool, man, just being around it. Only thing I ain't like is the rules they had. Like, you had to make 2 or 3 passes before you shoot, or if you pass it into the big man, then you can shoot. So that was kind of, just thinking about that and playing kind of threw me off a little bit. But, like, towards the end of it, I just, like, forget that. I'm just going to get loose out here, you know what I'm saying? But it was fun, man, just, like, being away, being in the dorms and stuff. But they had, it was like a hotel, but it was on the college campus.
What the hell y'all in New Jersey? What the hell y'all?
That joint was it? I think it was in New Jersey. It was Indiana something university. It's a crazy name to it. But it's like got 2 names, but the campus was straight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How many days y'all did there? 5 days? It was like kind of like a week jump. Yeah.
And who was you most impressed with that week? Like you can remember, like that motherfucker there was nice.
I don't know, man. It wasn't like the Nike jump. I don't think it was just like one person that it was a couple dudes with like crazy bounce, like dang, that I saw, but it was like most of the dudes you was already seeing like throughout the year and stuff. So it's like you already know like all right, Rudy Gay and different dudes like that. It was like probably.
Cause you playing on that air.
But it's like I really won't into like who's who. Like I still feel like I'm better than all these dudes for real. Like I ain't even into it like that. Like you get the Streets and Smith magazines. The ABCD camp was probably the bigger camp at that time. Like between Nike and ABCD. Like Nike had a lot of pros and everything, but like the LeBrons and the Melos,
everybody was going to
ABCD is more flashy, like the Sebastians, them guys, you know what I'm saying? They was over there, so. But we was a Nike team, so we gotta go to Nike. We can't, you know what I mean? We ain't going to ABCD, but like, it was like AJ Price, you know what I'm saying? Point guard.
Shout out to Connecticut.
Yeah, he was tough, like just a lot of dudes.
Who was your roommate? You remember your roommate?
Man, I don't know. Me and Vernon was talking about this today.
You was there with Vernon Macklin was in there?
Yeah, Vernon Macklin was out there, and you know what I'm saying? He ended up getting into it with my roommate. I guess my roommate tried to take something from him and burn him slump.
At the camp, man.
At the camp somewhere. I don't know. I was in my room when it happened, but that joint was funny. He was talking about that. And, like, dude came back to the room lumped up or whatever. But, like, yeah, that joint was... I don't know who the dude was, man. He was a big man, though. He was a freshman, too, so... That was just a funny story from that, but... I don't even remember the dude's name. Because it was like, we weren't really in the room too much. Like, you got... Throughout the day, you at different events or different, like...
Yeah, they got y'all
like,
doing
really,
it.
You just come back to the room to go to sleep. You playing different stuff. Like, so...
Now, at that camp, did you pick up any offers? Was there anybody there that was like, you know what? I want you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I ain't have too many crazy offers. I was getting a lot of letters, but like a lot of the colleges that was offering, I won't really. They was calling, but I was like kind of playing them off, waiting for like where I really want to go. I want to be in the ACC somewhere. So it's like, and I ain't really have nobody helping me with it. With the process, it's kind of all on me. Like, all right, where you want to do, where you want to go. It's like, ain't nobody weighing the options with me. Like, yeah, you should go here, like for these reasons or anything like that. It's just like. All right, once I got my senior year, that kind of, my coach kind of helped me out with that a little bit more, but still,
Yeah, let's talk about the senior year. Going to senior year, now you leave again. Why is the decision to leave Ryan Academy?
I think it's like Ryan was just a real small school. There was like still some of the same stuff going on, like just still being around. It wasn't really being away, being all the way, you know what I'm saying, out the way from all the stuff going on out here and everything. Like, just at that time, it was just a lot of different stupid stuff going on. Like, just hanging out or being out somewhere and like a lot of stuff going on. So, it's just like, and Ryan was so small, like I was just out Norfolk a lot, just
doing whatever you want.
And like, it just won't set up sweet. Like, after we in a little, a trailer for real. So after school,
mobile.
We just in a little mobile trailer, ain't no food in there. We ain't really got no bread, like talking about. We got a little money, but like we out there, we starving out this junk. Yeah. Just got us out here, and like I just got tired of that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm out of here, but end up going to a whole better situation. Like.
And what was the decision to go out to? You went to Bishop McGinnis. What was the decision to go out there? That's in North Carolina. What's the decision to go ahead, pack up and say I'm leaving?
It was like somebody that showed interest, like just showed they wanted me to be there. So I went in and checked the school out. Like I can't really say I had like a bunch of different prep schools or whatever that I could look at to go in. I had schools in my mind that I might, like the Oak Hills and all these, Hargrove and different stuff like that, Hargrave. But like I ain't, the river is where I want to be, but it's like, at this point, I'm ready to just go to college somewhere. I'm trying to be really at a school with some structure that I can just, boom, get my grades, keep them right, and then just go and be seen on a higher level, you know what I'm saying? And just hoop, like at least one of the, somebody's school that's being noticed, you know what I'm saying? So on the AAU trip, one of the coaches from Boo Williams was kind of in the stands. He do like our stats and do the like kind of recruiting and scouting and stuff like that. So he was in the stands with the coach I ended up playing for in North Carolina. So they in there chopping it up, and he just told me like, yeah, he interested in you. He wants you to come out there. I kind of told him about you, whatever. So I went and took a visit out there, looked at the school and everything. And I'm like, all right, it's straight. I just gave it a chance. Like, they didn't have no mob or nothing like that. It was just like, I just go out there, hoop, and then see what happens. Like, the living conditions was great, so it was like, cool, why not? And then
what part of North Carolina?
People out there.
What part of North Carolina?
The school was in Kernersville, North Carolina, which is in between Winston-Salem and Greensboro.
Okay.
But I was living in Greensboro.
Okay.
And at the time, I had a lot of friends out there that was going to A&T and stuff. So
like, so you were chilling.
I'm going to school like this.
Like, you was on some college. Yeah.
So you were chilling. Like that. So I was loving it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And hooping, like, we played Oak Hill that year. We had a tournament in Miami where we stayed out there for a week. Like, we did a lot of, like, we played in the Greensboro Coliseum. So, like, it was official. Then AAU that year, I played with the Carolina Gators, which is like almost like a Boo Williams type situation in Carolina. Where they had national championships and all type of hoopers that everybody went Division I. So, like, that whole year was great. Just, like, hooping and like, just getting stronger and, like, kind of learning everything. Like, going into college, it really prepared me being home.
How did your season fare out there?
Yo, what's up with it, young world? Look, man, it's Frank Lou here, man. I need y'all to do me a favor. Grab your phone and then go to the YouTube app. All right, at YouTube, hit search and type in "Must Achieve Greatness." All right, "Must Achieve Greatness." If you don't know how to spell it, ask Google or Siri. They got you. Look, once you go onto the page, go ahead, hit the page, hit the link, go ahead, hit subscribe, man. Like all that king shit we got going on there. All right, y'all stay tapped in with the king, man. Holla at me.
Again, is because I seen you put up some big numbers in a couple of games.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
so like as far as like I think I had more overall stats there. I think I was averaging like 22 points or 20 somewhere around there, but I was like 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. Like everything looked good like that. But I had games where I snapped. I think it was one game that just hurt my average where we was holding the ball, a team from Greensboro. They smacked us at home, so I guess the coach didn't feel confident like they did. We did the hickory. Like he told me before the game, like, I'm gonna be asking a lot of you. I want you to hold the ball, and like it was killing me. I think the final score was like 8-6 or something like that. I had like 4 points that game, and that shit killed my average. I was hurt.
But you won the game. You took one for the team.
Nah, we lost that motherfucking game.
Oh,
so
no.
Like, we lost.
Yeah, I would have been mad about that.
Yeah, it was something. It was a low scoring game like that, man. But it was in the way. I probably wouldn't never do that for a coach again. You just have to bench me.
Right. So what are the schools talking about? You know, now what are the collegiate? You know, now that's your last year. You know, what are they talking about? Now you did that and you done played Boo Williams again. What are these schools talking?
So I mean, a lot of schools is like really I gotta qualify still. Like I'm still trying to build my GPA up to where I gotta be and the SATs. So I'm getting a lot of mid-major looks like from everybody. Like a lot of the local schools, everybody in Virginia, kind of the mid-major schools was recruiting me. And there's a lot of other schools recruiting me mid-majors. And then you had like Texas that was on me heavy. Like you had Vanderbilt, different schools that was talking to me. But I was still like, I was like thinking about being way in Texas. Even though I love Texas and the team and everything around it, it's like, damn, I'm still waiting for like ACC.
Right.
One of y'all, like Wake
here.
Forest was showing interest. Like Chris Paul was there and stuff. But I'm waiting for one of these schools. Had like Clemson, but I ain't get the offers yet.
Yeah, they just talking.
Sending me letters, doing stuff. I'm like, it ain't really a whole lot of communication. Like Texas used to call me every day and send me stacks of letters every day and stuff like that. So I think it's more so the assistant coach that was on me heavy. And he ended up leaving and go to Miami. So like, you know, and then LaMarcus Aldridge, it was kind of like they was down because I signed so late. It was like they was down to like 1 or 2 scholarships. So it's like that last one, like if you don't go to the league, then you might can get it. But like we gonna take him, you know what I'm saying? So it came down to that. That was out the door. And like, so it came down to like a few schools like UNC Greensboro, like the Norfolk States, you know what I mean, ODUs and stuff like that. But like really at that point it was like Radford. I ended up choosing Radford.
Well,
Just cause when I was ready to sign, I felt like they was just putting the most pressure on, and it was just like, all right, this is something tangible. I can get there as Division I, you know what I'm saying? I went there, I liked the campus and everything, the school, so.
why not Old Dominion? Why not UNC Greensboro? Did you go take visits?
UNC Greensboro, I don't know, I think it was somebody gym or something, I don't know. That junk kind of small, like not, and that just being my mindset, like not even thinking like on a bigger level, like what can I do in this program and certain stuff. It's just the way they was talking, like, and a lot of like Radford just made it sound sweeter than a lot of these other schools. So, I mean, I knew Norfolk State wanted me, and you know what I mean, I could come here, but it was like Radford. Like once I went on my visit, that was the only visit I took. I took an unofficial at ODU, but like I didn't really take too many visits.
Right.
Like I took the visit to Radford, and it was during a big weekend out there, so I was sold already.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go here and you know what I'm saying, make it work.
Right. So you get out there to Radford. Who the coach?
Byron Samuels.
Byron Samuels. Where Byron Samuels from?
He from Winston-Salem.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was big in your recruitment?
At the time, I would say so, but it was like, looking back on it, like he was kind of like a coach that came kind of late around, and more so his assistant coach was probably recruiting me. Like, he really knew about me. But he came down to the crib, and that was the main thing. Like he came out here to Chesapeake, he talked to me and my mom, like he was doing, like, I like the recruitment process with them, like, you know. And I never would have probably thought that I'd end up there, like, and you know what I'm saying? It just ended up where I landed.
So how was it that freshman year, going into that freshman season? How was that for you, being out there at Radford?
Man, it was just, I had a ball out there for real, man, just hooping. Had some good hoopers. Like I came at a time where a guy named Whit Holcombe, he was playing, so he was like one of their top scorers in their school history. And when I went on my visit, like he was who I was with. Now he like a point guard.
He was a point guard.
Yeah, he kind of sold me too, man. I was with him on my visit. Like he had it popping out there, so I'm like, man, I can rock with this dude.
Right.
And he was a scorer, like he a hooper. Like we played the same position for real, but like, he was like point guard, shooting guard too then. But he was official, and then like, you know, from that, man, you know, I just was rocking out. So going into the year, it was fun, man. I was still doing the same, like it was the same type of stuff going on, but just in a different place.
Yeah.
Just having fun, hooping, getting people buckets, you know what I'm saying, trying to dunk on people, like
You started that year?
doing me. Nah, so that was,
How'd that feel?
like, so going into the season, I was injured. I had tore my meniscus, so
Oh, damn.
I was coming into the season, like, it was almost over, like, from the beginning when I got hurt. But the way it happened, I didn't know I had tore my meniscus. I'm just trying to rehab for like a month. And then they on me like, yeah, because Whit was hurt too. Like his ankle was hurt. He one of the leading scorers, leading the conference and scoring and all this stuff. And we rehabbing together, but like I got a torn meniscus. I don't know.
Yeah.
He got probably like a little ankle sprain. He probably, you know what I'm saying? He
You
hurt,
do better.
but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? He could probably still run on his jump. Like I'm really hurt. But they looking at me like I'm supposed to be on his timetable. Like, you know, all right, y'all just playing it. Like, and I'm really trying to get back, you know what I'm saying? So they were just down on me about that. So after the first practice, the assistant trainer told me I need to get an MRI because my knee had swole up. And I got the MRI, said I had a torn meniscus, so then I had to get surgery. I probably missed like the whole preseason. Then I was coming in like just behind, like coming off an injury. Like I felt like, all right, at that point, once I got the surgery and they say I'm good to play, I'm good, you know what I'm saying? But like the coach ain't look at it like, all right. And I used to be arguing with it, like, man, I'm ready to play now. Like, man,
Yeah.
you can't help us. Like, I'm like, all right, man, whatever. I know I can bust you. Like we going at it.
Yeah.
And it's like just not understanding the whole like process again. Like, all right, you gotta wait your turn, kind of. You know, I'm ready to go. Like, all right, they say I'm good, but it's still like my grades ain't right. You know what I'm saying? All the way. But it's just the fact how I just wanted to feel like, all right, take me under your wing, teach me, you know what I mean, let me ball. You
Right.
know? And I ain't really have that. It was kind of, once I got there, they already looking at me like, yeah, this coach told me that you're always getting into something. And like, kind of looking at me like that. And the coach, he won't really, like a coach that kind of, you know what I mean?
A player's coach.
Yeah, like he more, I don't know, he's like a military type coach. Like, you know what I'm saying? Which could have been good, but it's like, we ain't vibe like that. I was cooler more with the assistant coach, you know what I'm saying? Coach Mans. But it's like, we just never had that connection being the head coach, so it ain't really work out.
So that freshman year, how did you end up finishing? Did you get back out there?
Yeah, I ended up like working my way back, had some good games, and right when I started the ball, you know what I'm saying, I got kicked off the team. Me and Whit and a couple other dudes, like some central players, we smoking the hotel, you know what I'm saying?
Before a game?
Nah, it was just like the night before the game,
Oh,
probably,
damn.
you know what I'm saying? And it's just like what we do. Ain't
Yeah,
nothing like,
This what
know
this
what I'm
college.
saying?
It's college athletes. Yeah.
And like, you know, this is what we do. Like AAU, I just grew up like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what we do. So I was just been used to doing it. Hotel, steam up the bathroom, blowing it down.
Yeah.
Boom. I ain't thinking like, all right, we at college now. It's a little different, but whatever. We light an incense or whatever, and we think we good. So my guy, Coach Mans, that recruited me, he come knocking on the door after we finished smoking or whatever. I guess he just doing his rounds or whatever, checking on us. So he come in the joint, start laughing and walk out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. Like, I'm thinking like we in trouble. So I'm like, so we try to get our story together. Like, yeah, we just gonna say we were smoking a Black and Mild or something. So I go take a shower, try to freshen up and stuff, because I know something coming, like just in case. Then as soon as I get out of the shower, Josh Fox tell me like, yeah, Coach Samuel said he want to see y'all upstairs or something. So,
Josh Fox on the team.
yeah, for he another freshman. He was my roommate. So we go upstairs, like all of us getting together, like going upstairs. They go back to the room, like Coach sit us all down, and like, you know what I'm saying. From then it was a wrap. Like
Yeah.
he
already know
stick
what's
to the
going
script,
on.
and like, you know what I'm saying. Everybody already like, you know what I mean. Yeah, he's like, who brought the pot? Don't tell me who brought the pot. No, who brought the pot?
He took it back, old school.
then-
Who brought the pot in this motherfucker? Coach was mad at y'all,
And I'm just
motherfucker.
like, God damn. And then Whit, I guess he raised his hand, and then everybody else started following suit. And I'm like the last one, and he like, yeah, what about you? You know, I'm like, man, shit, I guess so. Because I know if he pissed me, I was gonna piss dirty anyway.
Right.
So it ain't like, and so I was like, yeah, I guess. So I didn't think he was gonna kick us off like that. I think he was gonna like make us run to punish us or something. Because I had been balling like the game before that. Like we played, I think it was Charleston Southern or somebody. No, we was at Charleston Southern when this happened.
Because y'all was in the Big South.
But we played, not Winthrop. It was one of them schools, man.
Yeah.
We played that rap, and I had a good game. So I'm like, boom, next game, I fuck around, start, goddamn.
Right. So what I did.
Then that jump happened. Then I had a good game against Colorado, too. Played against Colorado, I had a decent game coming on the bench, you know what I'm saying? Solid, showing that I'm good. I mean, able to play. Like,
I'm getting back.
I'm getting back. So, yeah, so I was doing better. Then that happened. He suspended us indefinitely, and then, you know, my grades was already shaky, so it was like I guess he was trying to see what we was gonna do, like we was gonna.
What was the fight to get back? What was that?
Me was like, yeah, you gotta get your grades right. And then like it's just kind of they exiled me from the team for real. Like yeah, he come in the weight room like a couple times, tried to come in work out with when the team was working out. They're like, nah, get out.
Damn.
And I'm like, damn. So it's like I went in.
Yeah.
Like, but I still have my team meetings and stuff. Like we'll have a meeting with him. He'll talk to me. He was still trying to get me in other schools and stuff like that. He's like, yeah, you ain't gonna be eligible next year. This don't work out. I mean, so it's that type thing. So I end up coming home instead of, you know what I mean, staying out here like, yeah, you might have to sit out of this, that, and the third. But he did say, like, he put me on with Union. I felt like that would have been a good look if I'd have just went straight to Union from
So
there.
you, right after that, Union had said they had took you.
Yeah,
but you still had to,
look.
right, but you still was trying to go Division One.
Yeah, that was my whole thing.
Yeah,
Like, I'm trying to go up. I was thinking more like go JUCO and then just work my way back. But it was like my grades was so messed up at Radford. Like I won't really, like it was the stuff they was doing when I got injured. It just like, all right, fuck this shit.
You ain't give a fuck about the degree, yeah.
I'm still hooping. I'm still in the gym on the gun every day. I'm still balling. But I
the
ain't
schoolwork
like class,
shit,
like what was being asked of me, like it was just a lot. We had to wake up like 6 a.m. run, then got to go to breakfast 7 a.m. Then you got to go to something like class. Class started at 8, 9, 10, whatever. Then you got therapy because my knee, so I'm still doing rehab. Got to go to rehab. Then I got to go to shoot around. Then I got to go to weightlifting. After that, then I got to go to study hall.
19 years old.
I got to go to study hall because my grades messed up. That's like end of the night of the day, so I'm bucking on study hall. Like I'm ready to goddamn get out in these streets. And run around.
Yeah, I'm a freshman.
Like goddamn.
I'm on campus.
Like my whole day was just like that shit was kind of tough. So
that threw you off.
I ended up, you know what I mean, not doing what I had to do. I sacrificed my school, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I was just.
So you went home. What was it? So after that, you know, at the end of the season, you know, you said the grades went, no school was like nothing.
I had some like JUCOs it was a school in like Miami that's a big JUCO that I could have probably got into, but it was like my grades were so messed up. My coach from high school was kind of trying to help me out, but it wasn't really too much, you know what I'm saying, I could do. I had to sit out regardless because transfer, and like Division One, I had to sit out. So it was like my options was kind of running low, you know what I'm saying, at that point.
So you come home for how long?
So I was home for a year at Norfolk State, like, you know, just still actively being around the team and like still hooping with the team type stuff.
Who the coach at the time?
Team, Freeman.
The White Freeman. Shout out to the White Freeman.
So, you know, then we had a lot of guys I was already cool with, like Ryan G. He was like, I think he was just leaving or something, and Lil B was there.
Yeah, Lil B.
They had a lot of dudes I rocked with. So it was like just even coming home and hooping with them all the time when I was at Radford.
Okay.
So I come home and I come to Norfolk State and hoop. I think Lil B was there that year, you know what I'm saying? So I come to their games and everything. So I'm like, all right, I was already kind of around them, so I could see myself fitting in with them. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come home, be at the crib, and do it at the crib. But I still kind of had Union, you know, like the coach, I had to connect with Union, just like communicating with them. Cause I'm still talking to different coaches, doing all this stuff.
So you didn't commit in the Norfolk State yet?
I was still
after that year.
I was basically sitting out and still trying to get the credits I needed. I needed a certain amount of credits to be eligible next year. Anyway.
So you was at Norfolk State going as a student?
Yeah, I was at Norfolk State going to school, you know what I'm saying, doing everything like that, just working out and looking to come on the next year.
Right, on the team.
You know what I mean? How that worked, it ain't really work out. Different stuff happened, you know what I'm saying? So I was looking more towards Union. I'm like, all right, like Like, I ain't been like how certain things was handled at Norfolk State with certain stuff.
Right.
But it was, you know what I'm saying, nobody's fault but my own. So, you know what I'm saying, if I'd have been 100% doing what I was supposed to have been doing, I'd have been cool. But still just doing me, whatever, you know what I'm saying. But even though I had, my grades were straight, I think I had to get like 38 credits or something like that. Like to make up for the credits that, like the class I failed at Radford. So, you know, I ended up like a 3-point something, like, you know, making up all these classes, but, you know, it ain't really work out like with the coach and everything. But so I ended up like just going to Union, like going out there to work out, me, Lil B.
Just went out there just to check it out.
Out there, yeah. And Tynell.
Tynell Dunkley.
Yeah.
Went out there.
Yeah. We rode out there. Me and Lil B ended up hooping. You know what I'm saying? They got just all the ballers out there, you know what I'm saying? Everybody from Richmond or wherever that went to school out there, VCU or wherever, like just Union alumni, Ben Wallace out there. Ben might have been out there that day, but it just, like, we hooping. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's my type of atmosphere. Like, you know what I'm saying? We in there balling. After we hoop, we go chill. Like, all right, we kicking it. This how it is, jump live out here. Like, word. Seeing all the banners up, like, just even.
They was
like,
winning.
Just getting the, like, you know what I'm saying, being around that winning atmosphere, like, it was different. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like Norfolk State or Radford. Like, even though it's some good balling out there, but it was just, Union was on a different level. For real. Like,
you could connect more with it.
Yeah, like, it's just straight hoopers. Like, and, like, dudes were just like me.
Right,
like, everybody was going everywhere. Like, and it was dudes in the pros, like, you could see it. Like, dudes that had, even though, like, we'll go to ODU and hoop, and it'd be a gym full of pros, but we all in college at the time. You know what I'm saying? We all in college. We don't know Mike Scott going to pro. We don't know Kent Bazemore going to pro. We don't know Frank going to, you know what I'm saying? So, and Dodo, everybody in there. You know what I'm saying? So, we just all young, but then, like, at Union, you got Ben Wallace and different dudes pulling up. Like, that's already done played in the league. Or, you know what I'm saying? So, we just being around it, like, it was different. So, I knew that's where I wanted to be.
Right.
So, that next year, I was supposed to go to Union, but Norfolk State ain't released me. So I had to sit out another year. So I'm sitting out 2 years.
Why they didn't release you?
So they claim it's kind of, they say I was ineligible because I was supposed to get 38 credits or something to be eligible to play at Norfolk State. So like we really like 24 is all you need to be eligible for, you know what I'm saying? But I was behind, so I had to make up classes.
Right.
So I got like, I think I had like 36, and it was a computer class, online class that I ended up failing. And they ain't released me because of that. But Union was saying, like, yeah, you good. You got more than enough to come here and be able to play. But if Norfolk State don't release me and say you can play.
You can't.
But I think Norfolk State and Union was still playing each other at that time, so they probably ain't want me to go to Union, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was a little bit about.
So I had to sit out another year, and that kind of hurt me a little bit.
Yeah, how'd that make you feel? Now you got to, because now you still had dreams of trying to get back up to Division One, right?
Not really. I knew where I wanted to be. Like, now I want to be at Union, you know what I'm saying?
So did that, you having to sit out again, that take away from your eligibility? Now it's not a red shirt year. It's we taking a year from eligibility.
I still had 3 years left.
Oh, even after you had to sit out again?
Yeah, 2, because it was like you got 5. It was like Division 2 is just like a whole different.
Yeah, it's a different.
Rules. Like, you would be like, if I'd have went to Union straight out of Radford, I'd have automatically been eligible. Like, so I wouldn't have had to sit out.
Because you dropped the division. Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of that. But I just ended up having to sit out 2 years, and that second year, I was still hooping, but it wasn't the same. Like, I won't be affiliated with the team, so I won't having to, like, I won't doing the workouts with the team. Like, when
they want to let you? You couldn't come around?
I was home, though. I wasn't at school, so I was home. I was still taking some classes at Norfolk State.
Oh, yeah, because you had to get those credits.
Yeah, but like, I wasn't taking the full load. I was part-time, you know what I'm saying, taking a couple classes. My brother started a detailing business. That was like right when they closed the Ford plant. So I was doing like detailing and stuff like that. So I was just, you know what I mean, trying to get it in when I could, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I still know I'm going to pop back and be back somewhere.
On that court, yeah. So then after the year sitting out, was there still any other chance that, damn, I could go to another school or was it straight Union?
It was already Union. I was in love with it, you know what I'm saying? I already like, you know what I'm saying? My dude Tyrese stamped me, like, yeah, this my man, you good. And like Coach Robbins, like I was feeling his vibe, he a Hall of Fame coach, and I'm like, I'm trying to go to the league, so if I can go to the league from anywhere, I can go to the league from here. They put people in the league.
Right. So how was it going there? Your first year now, you on the team, you with the team. How was that experience with Virginia Union?
It was It was great, man. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? The hooping, it still everything and came together as far as off the court and on the court. But like hooping, like I was on my game. Like when I first came in there, like I was grinding, you know? So like working on my game. I ain't really had the access I wanted like to the gym, like after hours. I like that, and that's like one of the things that kind of like I ain't never understand about certain situations. Like, yeah, you want your players to be able to get in the gym as much as possible. So like, I felt like the coach should give me the keys or something, or get somebody in the dorm the keys. Like where I felt like other years they had that type of stuff. So like it wasn't all that, but we had outdoor courts, so I'd be out there at night getting up shots on the outdoor jumps.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, it was cool, man. But it was like it still wasn't what I knew I'm capable of. Like
Right.
I feel like I'm being held back a little bit. You know?
So what were some of the things though? You say off the court as well. So what was going on, you know, off the court as well there? Now you're in Richmond, you know.
Yeah.
You still you partying, you loving everything out there, huh? Yeah. That's what it is. You ain't focused. You saying you ain't focused with the academics. You more so.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm gonna get this footage and I'm out of here. Like, I ain't trying to get there. Like when you see it, you gonna know what it is. Like I'm supposed to be a pro. Like, it ain't like you can only just like even the Coach Robbins used to say a lot of times like quote Dean Smith, like the only person that could stop Michael Jordan was Dean Smith. Like, that was his whole thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the system so it's like, all right, I'm cool with the system and everything, but just like let me be out there and like, I'm gonna do some of the system, I'm gonna do some of me. Like, you know.
Yeah. Did you start that year coming in your first year with Virginia?
So I came in like coming off the Pine. So our first game was a scrimmage against William and Mary. So coming off the Pine, I dropped like 27 on the bench.
Did everybody already know, like,
yo,
this guy?
Scrimmage.
Everybody already knew you was a starter though on the team.
The team know, like, you know what I'm saying, open gym, like practice, like everybody know. Like there's no secret. Like I be in, like you know how I play, so I'm gonna play like that. And back then I'm more athletic, so it's like I'm gonna do what I do. So like, so they knew. It's just like I don't know. I feel like some coaches feel like they want to have more control of a player, and then like when I snap, I'm just gonna snap. You know, pulling me back once I start snapping. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about that. The Crow scrimmage, you had about 26-7 off the bench.
Yeah.
And what they talking?
I started the next game against VCU. So we played VCU, and that's like the town rivalry. Right. You know what I'm saying? And Union usually beat VCU. You know what I'm saying? But this is a new VCU. This is, you know what I'm saying, with Shaka in there, and they got the Havoc and all this, and they, you know what I mean, it's a different VCU. Eric Maynard.
What year was this? Okay, that was
so. They got Mike Anderson. They got Larry Sanders. They got Shula,
Jamal Shula.
Yeah, they got a mob. You know what I'm saying? They smacked us at VCU.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? We had a mob too, but they was letting them play how we supposed to be out there playing. But we was more structured. But we didn't have them type of players. We had dudes that could just go, like let them go. We got some horses out there. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? But we ain't like, you know, the Union. Union's kind of like a big man school more so. Like they had guards.
Charles Oakley, Ben Wild and shit like that. Yeah.
Terry Davis, you know what I'm saying?
Terry Davis, yeah. Ooh,
yeah. AJ English, but he a guard. But you know what I'm saying? I seen myself more like an AJ English type of player. Like I'm like, I ain't understand it. I guess I don't know. It's just like politics and the team what we had, different players we had. So, you know, it was like I ain't really understand why they ain't just let me go and let us rock like how we rock, and we'd have probably just, you know what I mean, took off. But it's kind of holding us back a little bit, and you know, they ended up smacking us. I played decent. I ain't had no crazy numbers or nothing, but you know, I dropped the dude, got an assist. You know what I'm saying? Couple buckets. I did one jump, so we got an ISO play. Pass it to the wing, go away. I got the ISO. Shot that bitch off the back, side of the backboard or something, you know what I'm saying? But that really won't, I ain't never liked that play for real. Because it's like all the attention on you, you got the wing, but like they kind of in the zone. So I'm trying to rock the dude and then boom. After that, I'm on the bench, you know what I mean? So I ain't really get back in to the end of the game, like close to the end where we already, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did all right at the end. Like I closed strong, like, you know, got the jitters out. That's really my first game, like with the lights on in a couple of years, like the full crowd, you know what I'm saying? So it felt good being out there, you know what I mean? I felt good, but it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying?
I need more of that. You need more of that.
Yeah, like it was a tough game, playing a touch team, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't just come out cooking them, they pressing. Like I was breaking the press, making good plays, like I ain't, you know, just trying to play within the team type stuff. But I guess that ain't what the coach wanted. So he kind of sat me. I probably finished like 8 points or 4 assists or something like that. Like something decent, but it wasn't like, you know, it was cool though. Like,
how did your minutes fare that season though? You know, because it was just up
like,
and down all year.
Yeah, just like that all year. I come out off the bench, drop like 14, and back on the bench. Like, you know what I'm saying? It'll be like quick. You know what I'm saying? And it'd just be like that the whole year. And Dave Robbins used to always tell me, like, I can't get a response out of you. He'll say stuff, and then I wouldn't say nothing back. Like, because it's like, if I say something, I know how I'm going to respond. So I'm just not going to say nothing. I'm just, all right. And I'm going to show you. Like, I ain't going to just be going back and forth for it. Like, even if he wanted to talk to me on, like, a player-coach level, like, I'd have been cool with it. But it's just like how he was coming at me. I ain't like, all right, man, you talking like this.
Right.
I'm ready to cut your ass out.
And you already knew what you could goddamn deliver on that court.
Yeah, so he told me one time, like, he ain't going to be nothing but a street ball player. We in Madison Square Garden. Like, and I'm thinking I'm hooping, like, and we winning against Bowie. So he come in at halftime, but that's just his thing though. I guess he tried to. Sometimes when coaches do that to me, they get me going. Like, you talk trash to me or say something like that.
Yeah.
Like, for him to say that, it was like, hey, like, he ain't gonna be nothing but a street ball player. And I felt like you gonna make sure that I don't be nothing but a street ball player.
Right. Yeah. He took it more personal than what it was.
How the politics. And I felt like just being there, they was like, they just looked at me like that. Like I was just, because this is my game. Like I come down, throw it off the backboard, or do something like that, or just be trying to cross you. You know what I mean?
And they respect. You feel like they didn't respect that, huh?
Yeah, like they want to be more system. Like even we had other players like Lakeith Blanks. He transferred from Texas A&M, and he got kicked off the team at the end of the year. But it was just like same type stuff, same type guys, same. You know what I mean? Same mess ups. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, you know what I mean? I think that time was different. Like I don't know. I feel like before then, like players was getting away with more stuff, but then like around that time, like they was like kind of cracking down. Like Dave Robbins was on his way out, so he was like, I don't know, he wanted to go out on a clean slate or something. I don't know. Yeah. He didn't want the knuckleheads really. He won't try to deal with that at the end of his career. But I mean, it was cool though, man. It was like I stuck it out. Like, you know what I mean? I made sure I got all my years. You know what I'm saying?
How did that go? You know?
You know what I mean? It was just.
Did you ever get a chance to start to be the guy?
Senior night.
Wow.
Shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And what you do senior night?
I had like 19 against Cook and them. You know what I'm saying? Like
the first half.
But then once I missed back out, like, all right, nigga. You about breaking the record on senior night. You know what I'm saying?
So they were just on your ass.
Yeah, they was on me, man. Then I ain't make it no easier for them. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was like I wasn't about to switch up nothing too much to, you know what I mean? Like this hooping. I'm here to hoop.
Right.
Like,
that's what you do.
I was entrepreneur management, major and stuff. That's what I wanted to be. Like, I always wanted to be a businessman, but I felt like I ain't have to learn that. Like, it's stuff that I could have probably definitely picked up on that I took for granted. But it was like I'm here to be a hooper. You know what I'm saying? Just respect that. Help me. You can help me out and talk to me, and like I see in other situations where they more hands-on with the teachers and the, you know what I'm saying, players, where they, you know, talking to them more. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, if I fail, it's like, oh, you ain't got the grades. Like ain't nobody trying to do nothing about it. Like, I ain't really pressing it. Ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't like, it's like, all right, let them flunk off for real.
That's how you felt.
But when I was focused and locked in, you know what I mean? It's like 3.0s, 3.5s, whatever. That's just going to class, though, and paying attention, doing what I'm supposed to do. You
just felt like at all times that you was already on this level of that pro success. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's probably what I'm getting. You know what I mean? And, you know, it seems like now, you know, you feel like you kind of, you know, recognize that, you know, that you miss certain stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah. But that is what it is.
Yeah,
so,
you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta learn off your own mess-ups and experiences, but also it's good to have somebody that can tell you. Like, people told me, but it's like, you gotta have somebody that you can, like, nobody that's talking to you, you feel like it's on the level of you, respect. Then it's like, all right, I hear you, I know I'm gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm that good. You know what I'm saying?
You needed to hear it from somebody that's been through it. Yeah, and that's what I hear from a lot of y'all that played this game, you know. Who take somebody, you know, because it's like you say, you had Texas and all that. Like, I can only imagine what they're doing, you know what I mean, to the mind. You're like, damn, I can go to Texas. Then you got these small schools, but, you know, people don't even know about these schools, you know what I mean? So that shit would, you know what I mean, it'll throw you off a little bit, you know what I mean? And you reaching to get here, you know what I mean? And not knowing that you can still get there if you hone in certain things here first and get there, you know what I mean? But it's all about learning and learning and growing. You know what I mean? That's all that shit is.
It's simple, man. Like a lot of the stuff you be out there chasing or anybody. Like me personally, I was out there chasing, out there doing it. Wasn't really nothing that amounted to nothing for real. Like, you're just having fun, just a lot of experience. I had some good memories, but it ain't amount to too much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of them people that I was doing the stuff with, like I don't talk to this day.
Right.
Some of them I do, but it's like
it is. Yeah, it ain't nothing concrete. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like it would have meant more for me to pass on some of them times going out and just chilling, being ready for class. You know what I'm saying? Doing what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? It's just living and learning, man. Sometimes you get caught up in stuff and you just
you live.
Tornado. You ain't
it's going.
Yeah.
What up, Vinny?
Just going, bro. That shit be going. That shit real. So let's talk about that though. You finish up at Virginia Union. What you think about on the pro level now? Where you seeing yourself?
But the thing is, at Union, I was around some certain coaches that was pros, so I did get a chance to hear it from guys that was already in the pros. Like you know what I'm saying, hang out with them and different stuff. So there was stuff they was telling me. You know what I'm saying, I was feeling like shit. I'm about to be in the league from Union. So like I'm kicking it with a league guy, and he telling me like, yeah, I'm gonna get you some tryouts and this, that, and the third. So I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm right there. This is my like junior year, going to my senior year. And then I won't do what I was supposed to do. I just caught up, running around, you know what I'm saying? Thinking like, all right, I'm about to get this tryout. I get my grades, so I couldn't even play the next year. So, you know what I'm saying? At this point, getting a little older, you know what I'm saying? I still can hoop, but it's just like so many opportunities and connections. I just feel like a lot of people don't live up to what they say sometimes, and then like I'm taking everything people say, like, all right, you're gonna come here and do this, you're gonna do this. I'm believing everything they saying, not thinking I'm gonna come there and then you're gonna have me on the bench, or as soon as this happened, this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm just listening to people, believing, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't really too many ways to push. Like nowadays, I be telling my players, like, send your film out on your own, like do different stuff on your own. Like don't wait for your coach to do it. But back then it's like I don't really know too many of the people to email. I'm not getting the footage. I'm not getting the film. Like they was holding out on film back in them days.
Yeah.
Like, they ain't really want you to get your film. I'm like, what type of stuff is that?
There was a lot of stipulations and shit like that back in the day with coaches taping over those goddamn games and shit like that, bro.
Crazy stuff.
So
man.
I understand that shit. So you talking to all these guys in the pro. What you think? What will happen as soon as you know?
Shit, I thought I was at one point I thought I was gonna be in China. So like that's that 2010 year I thought I was gonna be over there. I wasn't even gonna come back to Union. And I ended up in Carolina playing pro-am ball.
Yeah, you was doing that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was
you and
so
Marcus Fisher was out there, my child.
Yeah. So that was like then, cause like Union, it wasn't just like 3 years straight. It was like 2 years here, sat out a year. Then I got my third year. Like I played the end of the season, cause like once I messed up, that's after the second year, I had to sit out again. So it's like I'm going part-time sometimes, just still trying to chase it, but I won't all the way in there. So it's that situation, like, they rocking with me, but it's like they ain't really rocking with me 100%. You know what I'm saying? So, but the coach, the one coach, he was really rocking with me, and I felt like he was gonna give me a chance overseas or something, or somewhere over here, but it just never worked out. And ended up back at Union, you know what I'm saying, for my last year. Just finished it up. Like I say, senior night, balled out, you know what I'm saying? So they telling, Terry Davis telling us, y'all don't go out the night, you know what I'm saying? Get ready for the CIs, you know what I'm saying? And like, we gonna party down there after we win, you know what I'm saying? So the young dudes want to go out, so I'm like, man, I'm like the senior on the team. I like to go out, but I won't really press, but I was like, all right, they going out, I'm gonna just go out and make sure they good. So I ended up going out with them, you know what I'm saying? Some BS happened. You know what I'm saying? End up banged up for the CI tournament, you know what I'm saying? Getting into it in the club with the bouncers. You know what I'm saying? They ain't banged me up or nothing, but like, just tussling, being all that. You know what I mean? My knee ended up hurting at the end of the night. And I'm like, man, my shit hurt going to the CI. I just coming off a good game, 19 points. I probably start going into CIs, but going to that jump banged up, and that's how it ended. Like, we got knocked out first round CIs.
Down there in Charlotte.
We had a bye the first game, but then the second game, you know what I'm saying? It's in
Out of there.
Fayetteville State or something. Sent us home.
And y'all were the favorites that year.
We think we was #1 in our conference, on our side of the conference. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
I don't know if we was favored to win it all, but we was up there. You know what I'm saying? We was decent.
And how that feel knowing that's it?
Shit, it's kind of like a relief. Like, shit, I'm ready to get some money. Like, really go on to what's, you know what I'm saying? But it was cool, man. I ain't had no bad feelings about it. Like, you know, I had a great time. I made some great relationships.
You still go to Union and show love?
Yeah, I still go out there every now and then, go to some homecomings and stuff. Like, I ain't burn no bridges or nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still cool with the coaches. The coaches that was jerking me, like, we still cool, everything.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing.
All right,
Like,
respect.
you know,
That's respect.
Because I
That take
understand
a
as
lot.
a coach, you know what I'm saying? Like, I probably did some things different, but, like, you know, I get it.
Right, that's real. That's really real. So then what was the move then? Now what's the move now? Now you ain't no more college ball. What's the move?
Man, back at the crib, waiting to go overseas and stuff, like, just waiting, like, still making them calls, like, trying to see what's up, still kind of in the loop of certain things, but not really knowing, like, all right, it ain't really too much, ain't nobody really, so I'm out here, I'm coaching and training, so that was my whole thing. Like, I'm gonna still play ball, I'm gonna be playing on, like, whatever semi-pro teams they got out here, like, getting my rec, still playing the pro-ams and different stuff, but, like, I was more so in the coaching and the training, like.
Yeah, I seen. Yeah, you was doing that
in the gym
all the time, and they were holding it down, getting the
so I
kids.
was at the river. You know what I mean?
Coaching.
JV,
Yeah.
and Lil B.
How many years y'all was doing that? You and Lil B?
So he was there for a while. He probably had there like 2-3 years up there. Like I was only there just the one.
That 1 year.
Yeah. But when I come home, I always like come through and you know what I mean, play hoop with him and different stuff. But
Right. Did y'all finish? You finished that whole year?
nah.
Okay.
That's when everything.
That's when everything happened with you and Lil B. So you and B Falcon. So you know, people want to know, man, like what happened that night. Like, were you there? People just want to know what happened. You know what I mean? Like, did y'all order a pizza? Did anything? You know what I mean?
We didn't do nothing that had nothing to do with no pizza or nothing. We was smoking and then saw the police. So it was like, all right, back then, you know what I mean? You can't just be smoking
you
and
couldn't.
shit. So
Y'all were outside smoking?
in the car.
Yeah, you already know back then. Yeah, everybody loved to hot box that thing. You know, we was Chesapeake niggas love to hot box a blunt. I used to love it. Yes, Lord. That was my thing. Don't you roll the cracker window, motherfucker. I'm trying to get high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, y'all was out there on the block. And where y'all was at in Chesapeake?
In Greenbrier, in front of my crib.
See?
Like,
yeah, and Greenbrier, they on your ass out there.
yeah, but I lived out there all my life, so most of my life, but you know what I'm saying?
You was chilling, yeah. You was thinking, I'm chilling. I'm in the front of my crib smoking a goddamn blunt.
Yeah, so.
And they pull up.
Yeah, they pull up. I seen them at the light, so it's like.
One car or they was deep?
It's just one.
Okay.
So, you know, I stay at, it's like in a court. So I see them pull up to the light. And then I'm like, all right, they go to boys. Before that, my phone was dying, so it's like, ready to go in the house anyway. So, you know, I had moves for the night. So I'm like, let's go in the crib. We go in the crib, then I go look out the window, and then from then, they drug us through the mud. Like,
when you look out the window?
We was nowhere. I ain't gonna say we was nowhere near what happened because it's like the neighborhood over in the back of the neighborhood. I stay in the front of this neighborhood. So we in the car, but we don't know what's going on over there. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just blowing it down, chilling, talking. We was just out there. Bug got a TV in the whip. We watching some Ultimate Jordan or something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some highlight shits.
Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We just blowing it down, talking out there for a couple hours, just chilling. I just finished training a kid down the street, so Cheeks, Darius Wilson, he my homeboy, I was on the phone with him all day, just chopping it up. Like, he like, yeah, you need to start training out there. You already coaching, you in the school, da-da-da. And I was gonna be like doing substitute teaching. I was gonna do that. I was gonna do that and then just do the coaching and like I just already did my, fit out the Joan area.
I remember the whole community was behind y'all, Brian. Everybody was behind you and Lil B coaching. You were like, damn, they back at road. They was like, shit. You know what I mean? I can remember that.
So, yeah. And then, you know what I'm saying? So that was what I was on the verge of doing. I like, all right, even if I don't go overseas or something, like it don't work out, I can still coach. I can still be, you know what I'm saying, be good, do my training, have my own business. Like what my goal was anyway, like for real.
And you still attached to hoops. Yeah.
So that was the whole mindset. And then talking to Darius, he was in Northern Virginia. doing it for a while, like training and stuff.
Right.
So
Getting them boys right.
he already knew what time it was. So he was like, yeah, man, you got a good name, all that. You need to just go ahead and do that.
Right.
Man. So I was already working with kids. You know, I train kids in my neighborhood, just you know. But I ain't making a business or nothing like that. So it was just like, once he put that bug in my ear for real, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go outside, get my boy right. Got Hugh out there. He worked out, trained. He was out there probably a couple hours, an hour or something. Phone was going dead. Then I playing the Pandora on the phone. So I went to the crib. Bug hit me up. Come outside. Boom. And that's when that joint happened, just like that.
So what happened, man? When you first, you know, when you see the police and shit. You know what I mean? What you thinking?
I'm just thinking somebody probably calling because we smoking or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
They call the police, we smoking.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So they rolled up on y'all, right? You already went in the house yet? Where you at when they rolled up? You in the house and where be at?
I'm in the like upstairs in the front room looking out the blinds, like seeing what he doing. Like, all right, did he ride past or did he pull up? And you know what I'm saying? So like people like out there, somebody always calling the police. Like
right, it's Greenbrier.
Like,
it's good. It's Greenbrier, damn right.
Police, like,
shut it
so
down.
I'm thinking like somebody calling the police because we
Smoking the
in the
blunt.
car.
They smell it.
You know what I'm saying? But in my court, pretty much everybody know me. But you always got somebody new that move in that you never know. So like that jump, I go up, I see him like with the flashlight in the whip. I'm yelling at him, man, you left the sunroof open. I mean,
B was in the car or he already he in there with you?
Like we both went in together.
Okay.
Like, in the crib. You know what I'm saying? He had the light, so he a little bit ways, so it's not like we worried about that. So we get in the crib. You know what I'm saying? Looking out the window, I see him in the car with the flashlight or whatever. Then, so I tell him, hey, you left the sunroof open. I'm thinking about the weed.
Okay, yeah.
The sunroof, I had a roommate at the time, worked with the airlines, flight, a pilot or something. So, told him like, yeah, the people's outside. They come to the door. I answer it. Don't answer the door.
What?
So from then, like I ended up going upstairs again, looking out the window again. Then there's like 100 police cars coming around the corner. So
now what you thinking? I know you're like, hold up now. Over a blunt?
Over some weed.
Yeah.
Like, I take this damn hoodie off. So I had on my union hoodie.
Yeah.
Some burgundy sweats. I take off my shit. Go outside with my ID, hands up, like, before they kicking the door or some shit. Like, that's what I'm thinking.
Because they surrounding the crib at this point.
They put up a double perimeter around the crib. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, what? Over? I know you at this point, you're like, hold on now. Over a goddamn blunt.
I'm still thinking over some weed.
Yeah, that's what,
But I guess because Brian had his gun on the floorboard, so that
okay, yeah,
been,
you can't now, all that's triggering. Okay, yeah.
So that might have been like something, but the gun don't even match what they supposed to be looking for. So like it could have
come
been,
to find out, yeah.
Yeah, like
right.
if they would have probably like he ran his license plate and everything would have came back straight, and he got concealed permit and all that. So you know what I'm saying?
So you go out there with your ID and shit up. They immediately what?
Yeah, immediately rushed me, put me in handcuffs, put me on the ground and shit. Like, yeah, where was that? Talking like that.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Really, nigga ain't supposed to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, we just came from the store. Like, shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
What's going on? Like,
You thinking it's over a blunt still. You still thinking about that blunt.
Like, I ain't thinking like, shit. Like, we just came from the store, man, walked in the crib type shit. Like, what the fuck? So, and like, yeah, she mean to hurt the lady? Like, whoa.
He said, whoa, that's what you heard the officer say?
Did you mean to hurt the lady? I'm like, I don't know.
They gonna try that shit,
about, man.
yeah.
We was smoking, man. I felt like, all right, man, we was smoking.
Yeah, straight up, yeah. I was smoking the goddamn blunt, yeah.
We was smoking, I don't know.
Get to him now, yeah.
He like, yeah, I know you was smoking, I smell it, and all this shit. So anybody else in the house, you know what I'm saying, run, like, get everybody out the crib, and from then on, they let the pilot go. He was an Asian dude, let him go.
When they was in the house?
I mean, like, after everything, at the end of the night, you know what I'm saying, they ain't charge him.
Oh, they took him down too?
Nah, they put him in handcuffs.
Okay.
They was like fucking with him like they was doing us. I don't know if they was asking him or whatever.
Right.
But he had came home when we was in the car. Like,
right, yeah.
He seen us in there smoking. So he came home, you know, he got there gonna go in the crib and we still in the car blazing. But then when the people came, they asked me who in the house. I'm telling them who in there, you know.
After you hear the officer say, did you mean to hurt her? And you give that shit up. Then what you hearing?
I'm just like, I don't know what the hell going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'm just saying, like, I just said, like, yo, we was smoking, man. That's the only reason why I said that. So, like, then I'm just like, what the hell going on? Like, like, they put me in a police car. Like, even before that, like, the shirt I had on, there's like, something on the back of your shirt. So I'm like, no, don't turn around. I'm like, yo, what the fuck y'all know? Like, thinking like it was some blood or something maybe, and there was like a stain or something. But the shirt was like one of my homeboy's shirt. Yeah, left at Little B crib. I just threw it on to go outside to work out. So I ain't even my shirt. So I'm like, damn man, what this nigga done did in this shirt? Like,
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right. All type of shit. Everything
so
must do
I'm
here.
like, yo, I'm goddamn looking at the shirt. So it's like a white and blue shirt. Like I had it on under my hoodie. So they ended up taking the shirt off me. So I'm out that bitch with no shirt on. In January, like they take it off.
No, man.
Yeah, they take my shirt off. So I'm out that bitch freezing. Like, so goddamn, I'm goddamn high. I'm goddamn cold. Like, shit. I'm like, what the hell going on? They talking about, did you mean to hurt the lady and all this shit?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And come to find out, won't nobody even hurt or nothing like that. But
right. At the end of the day,
they just like,
this the dead. They trying to
like what
this
are
the
y'all
police.
talking about?
Yeah,
I'm
this
like,
the
yo,
yeah,
nigga,
this the
I don't know
police.
what y'all talking about.
It's the police, baby. When they hear something going on, and then what? White people involved. You know what I'm saying? Young black males. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're gonna try it. So where's Lil B at this time?
They took him off like down to the other side of the court. Like I'm in front of my crib pretty much the whole time in the police car. So they got all the cars lined up in the court. You know what I mean? They put me in one car. They put him in another car down on the other end.
Yeah, and they trying to goddamn get it up out y'all. So at this point, when you realize, damn, we going down to the station.
It's like not till like almost 1 a.m. for real. Like
y'all out there.
Yeah, we just out front of my house. They gotta try to get a warrant, get all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? They got this one officer just running around like.
Oh, okay.
See a lady. She the one that came up with the lady that got robbed. She pulled in with the car around to the court. You know what I'm saying? She put in behind my car, the car I was in, and I see the lady like leaning forward in the car, and then the police officer get out. She come to my car. So yeah, tell me what happened. Da da da. Yeah, what if I can say somebody 100% can say you did it? You know what I'm saying? They know you did it, whatever. So I'm like, ain't nobody say I did nothing because I ain't did nothing. I ain't even left the neighborhood today. Like, and then she like, all right, boom, slam the door, go off, probably say something to Brian, but she was like, you know, coming back to the car, like, I'm gonna make sure you get the most time ever. You know
Yeah, they're
like,
trying to see,
I'm like, man, I don't know what you're talking about. So I ain't,
Right.
so that was the end of that. And then they pull off. And then I guess she take the lady back. She come back. And then like they come out, they do the DNA thing on me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And like come down like 12:30, 1 o'clock. We been out there like 3-4 hours or something.
3 hours in the car.
Yeah, like I ain't get a hoodie till like they about to let me go. Like so I'm in that bitch freezing.
When did you hold on? Now it's 3-4 hours. When you realize they saying, all right, now somebody been robbed.
Ain't never still. Like,
You still on that?
We on Volvo Parkway, about to turn by the little police precinct.
Yeah.
And she tell me like, yeah, you being taken down for a robbery and possession of a firearm and commission of a felony. Like you being charged with that. I'm like, yo, who? Like she's like, yo, Papa John's, all this stuff. I'm like, yo, I get Papa John's for free. Like, what the hell you talking about? I had people that worked at Papa John's at the time, and they was like throwing like Guinness pizza, but it wasn't that Papa John's.
Right,
That's
yeah.
I'm like,
We all know one.
boy. I'm like, what you talking about? Like,
we all got a Papa John's,
I get
man.
Papa John's for free. I ain't gotta steal no damn Papa John's. Like, what the fuck you doing? So yeah, goddamn. It was from then I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like this shit crazy. But before then, I kind of was hearing stuff because I was in the car. I heard the dispatch that was talking about another robbery that took place at a 7-Eleven. So I'm like, that's where y'all need to go. Like at that point, I didn't know they was trying to get us for a robbery, but I'm like, that's where y'all need to go. Y'all need to go see.
It's a real problem. Yeah.
So, and that might have been tied in with it, but it's like they ain't never really investigate that, and they ended up destroying that film. You know what I'm saying? They destroyed that video, but like from that point on, they had it out for us. It wasn't like y'all, this gonna stick to y'all. You know what I'm saying? For a while.
When did you realize? So was you able to go home that night?
Yeah, down there like 9 days till we got a bond.
Now how was that, bro? Knowing that you ain't do this shit and you like, damn, I'm in this motherfucker, bro. No, you ain't never been in no trouble like that, bro.
Yeah, like I'm thinking I'm in this bitch. Like I used to watch Hurricane all the time. Like that was one of my favorite movies. I feel like it's some shit like that.
Hurricane Reuben Carter, man. People you ain't never seen it, wrongfully convicted. You know what I mean? Some white people back in the goddamn 50s, 60s. You know what I mean?
Like that. So I was feeling like that, like damn. But I was in there. It's like I was going hard, hooping, still working out. Like damn, I get out this bitch. I know I'm gonna get out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't thinking like I'm hearing everything they saying. I know what the charges hold, but I'm like, man, I'm gonna get a bond or something. Like I ain't never feel like it was times I really felt like I won't get out. Like my birthday, this a couple days before my birthday when it happened. So on my birthday, I'm looking outside, it's like 70 degrees outside, you know what I'm saying?
It's a beautiful day.
People like, you know what I mean, running around, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, in this junk. Like that shit, a couple times it hit, but like throughout the day, it's just like you doing different stuff, you working out, getting up, shooting. Like they had a court in there, so like I spent most of my time in there. Like most time we could do be in the court, I was in there just shooting, playing OUT, playing 21, doing whatever.
So you had to go to the hoops.
flip-flops.
Yeah, you had to go to the hoops. Hoops to
That's the
free your
shit.
mind.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
all.
what I mean?
That's all I had for real. Like,
That shit crazy, bro. When did you realize it's like, yo, this shit really serious? They really trying to goddamn, you know, the talks is about some time. When you realize that, and within those 9 days.
shit. I mean, they were like at first, like when she said I was being charged with that jump, like I was like, yo, I ain't know it. Like I ain't never, like you said, I never been in no trouble like that. So it's like I don't know everything that's like what this really mean. Like
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like shit. That shit. Once I found out what the charges hold, like the time it hold, like I'm gonna be in this jump. Like they gonna try to like railroad us. Like
Yeah.
so. It was just like we had that bond hearing, you know. I mean, my brother. I talked to my brother, and he kind of, you know, kind of put me at ease a little bit. Like, yeah, you probably just get a bond, man. They figure out, you know what I'm saying. I talked like that's your first call you get. Like he was the main number I remember. I'm gonna call my brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you be good, man. You probably get a bond. So he kind of put me in the easy. Like, all right. So I won't really tripping. But while I was in there, I really wasn't talking to nobody. Like I ain't had no money on the phone or nothing like that. So it was like I got a couple calls. One of my peoples looked out, let me talk to my dad or something. You know what I mean? My uncle came down from New Jersey. They ended up letting him see me. You know what I'm saying? So I chopped it up with him. So it was like, all right, I can see my peoples. Like people kind of. Then Jessica came. So you know what I mean, that was like they had me in like the holding jump the whole day. The little small one jump, the jump lined up. So like it happened that night, and then they had me that jump the whole next day. I'm like, man, I'm ready to just go around and get moving. Like this shit too small.
Right.
Like, man, I wasn't feeling that shit. So it was like, yeah, such and such want to interview you. And I'm like, all right, cool. All right, shit. I'm trying to goddamn go out here. I'm trying to just get out. So I go do the interview and shit. And you know, I'm like, dang. That's when I really felt like it was like, damn, this real. Like,
Read that. I say, yeah. Now they got the, you know.
Damn, like nigga, I'm doing an interview for
goddamn
in jail. I'm
Yeah.
from jail. Like this is crazy. Like you know what I'm saying, hit me. I started thinking about my nephew. He was probably like 2 years old at the time or something. I'm like, damn, I ain't never gonna see. I ain't gonna see him.
Bro. That shit.
Like,
that should have hit
some
you.
shit.
That should have hit you, bro.
Like that shit that fucked me up. So,
And when reality hits you like that, you know, you're back against the wall, you start to lose a little hope, bro. You know what I mean? It's hard to, you know what I mean, to see it, you know what I mean, at that time. You know, you can only lean on the people you love. So were you able to talk to B at this time while y'all, you know what I mean, incarcerated?
Nah, I ain't talked to him the whole time we was in that jump till, well, I saw him like, we had a little joint at the magistrate or something like that. I saw him then, and you know what I'm saying, we was just like, that was like the first day. I thought it was like a little bond hearing, like the first jump where they say they're gonna give you a bond or not, or they tell you not, you don't get no bond for this or whatever. So I seen them then. It's like the magistrate when you first go in, but then like the next day you got some shit. They tell you charges all this jump. I saw him then. But after
Got
that,
you a
know what I
ring.
mean? Yeah. After then, you know what I'm saying? I ain't see him again till I didn't even see him on the bond hearing. Like we had a bond hearing like on that 9th day. And his jump went before mine, which I'm glad. Like his jump was before mine. They took me off somewhere different. So, you know what I'm saying? He got that good bond, and once he got it, you know what I'm saying, I was right behind him.
So y'all both got it.
Yeah.
So what was the talks then?
Respect.
What's the talks then when you come home? When you get home?
Yeah, man, it won't shit. I'm just happy to be home, man. Just, I knew I had to get a job somewhere, you know what I mean, because the pre-trial, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, no more coaching. I couldn't coach no more, so.
Yeah, once they found this shit out.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, my business for real, like just, I'm gonna have to just be doing this training and, you know, do what I can. Like I had a job, my bro looked out for me at MDV, so I was up there, I was good for a little minute till, and we were still doing like detailing and stuff, like the mobile detailing, so.
You ain't Lil B was doing that, yeah.
So,
yeah, I remember that.
It won't just all, so it was cool, man, like, but it was just like knowing I ain't do this in like any given time, like this shit can hit the fan. Like the trials are set for these dates and like, they trying to nail us. You know what I'm saying?
On
like,
these dates.
I'm on bond, but I ain't really, they like any little thing that happened, you know what I'm saying?
Back.
They gonna put me right back in that jump. So.
And how's that, the first meeting when you and Lil B when y'all both home? How's that, what's that first meeting like?
Shit, just that, just getting out that jump. When we got bonded
Y'all get out at the same time?
Yeah. We get bonded out, we dip. And we hit up like Applebee's or something, man. Just happy to be free, you know what I'm saying? Just I ain't want nothing but like 9 days, but that shit, man, every day, one day and that bitch is too much.
I can bet, bro.
But it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. All right, it might be a little silver lining, you know what I mean? But it was still a fight, man. That's when we really got to see what it was. Like, what was they saying? Like, what did get your discovery and everything like that.
So are y'all looking at each other like, yo, what the fuck? I know that point got to hit. It's like, yo, who the fuck is out to get us?
Right. Like,
you know what I mean?
Chopping it up like, man. Like, we just don't. I don't know. I think a little bit more out there than him. Like, he might, I don't know. But I be thinking, like, yeah, who out to get us for real?
He was thinking
this bigger than us. It's bigger than, like, you know what I'm saying? We got all these lawyers and stuff that can't nobody goddamn beat this shit for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, and they just saying whatever they want to say. They doing whatever they changing the rules as they go. Like, oh, yeah, it was a white hoodie at first, but now it's a gray hoodie or a black hoodie or a blue hoodie or, like, you saying all these different colors, and then you end up coming to the trial and showing the hoodie I had on for Lil B and, like, convicting him off that.
So that's all, yeah.
That's way down the line.
Yeah,
You know
it took some time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That process took some time, but, you know, because I think yours was first where you was not, they said you was good, right?
So
when you first, right?
I mean, they separated our cases. They just tried to say, the lady was saying, like, she 100% know it was him, which was false. I don't even think she saw him the whole night because his car was just so far off. You know what I'm saying? And where my car was is right behind her, and I could see her, and she had on glasses. So I saw her trying to identify us doing a show up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Oh, when she pulled up that night.
Yeah, so, but then her initial, what she called the police and said was nothing like what we had on, but then she tried to switch her story. I ain't gonna say tried, she switched her story to what more so what we had on. Once the preliminary trial came out, then she like, oh, the other one was a blue, black, or gray hoodie, and like it won't even no white hoodie for them to bring the trial or nothing, but you know what I'm saying?
So then when did you realize, okay, all right, all the attention is really on me. They're going to, now Lil B, they really trying to get this man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I ain't never feel like that for real because I just knew they had a stronger case against him just because they got the lady saying she 100% knows him.
Right.
So they're going to try to get him first and then try to come back and get me.
Right.
So they know a process because there's a lot going on. I don't really want to talk about everything.
Nah, you ain't got to get, yeah.
I'm cool.
Yeah, just so,
but
you know.
yeah, so I don't really want to talk about everything, but it's just a lot going on where either Brian had to get his junk continued because the lawyers was doing some funny stuff, or
but you know they work together.
Chesapeake was doing some funny stuff and they was continuing it on their own. Like, yeah, we're gonna continue it. We're waiting for this. We're gonna continue it, or like something happened with the lawyer and then like we gotta, you know what I'm saying, do something else or whatever and continue it. But it was just a lot of crazy stuff going on the whole time. So, like, when the first thing happened with Brian lawyer, like they had to continue his case. So then my case was gonna come up the following week, and they didn't have like her saying nothing against me. Like she said she couldn't identify me. She said the person that I was supposed to have been was from 17 to 22, but she don't know his race. So I'm like, how you don't know his race, but you know how old he is? And like, that's your case against me. So you gonna go in court saying that? So they had no across mine, and then Brian's was since Brian's was continued, you know what I'm saying? They was, I guess, and then they like probably got continued a couple more times, but he went to a few trials and stuff, but you know, they never convicted him, like, you know what I'm saying, till like 7, 8 years later. You know what I'm saying? Like 6, 7 years later. Now, after the third trial, and more funny stuff going on. So at this point, my joint had been expunged.
Right.
Because, you know what I mean, I was going to fight for it. Like, yo, y'all just dragging me along.
Right. You know
what I'm saying? Wait for whatever happened. Y'all separated our cases, but now y'all just dragging me along because Brian's cases, y'all not getting a conviction or because y'all continuing it. And like, I got to, like, what this got to do with my case? You know what I'm saying? And then, but they still trying to say like, yeah, she's saying this, but I'm just, and the judge, he ended up being like, yeah, they got to a certain amount of time, they have a conclusion on that case. And then if you don't got it by then, I'm gonna expunge yours. So that ended up happening. I was like, man, it's just stopping me from getting different jobs, opportunities, and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
And going through that, did anybody you was close to, man, disappoint you? Like, really did you have people that you was close to, like, thinking you did this, man?
Man, I'm sure it was, man. Like, I just don't. I'm kind of to myself anyway, so it ain't like I'm just hearing everything everybody's saying. I hear stuff every now and then, but like it don't really hold a lot of weight. Whoever, like, I mean, it do disappoint you. Like, dang, how could you think that or whatever? But you never know how people look at you. You know your intentions. You know how you feel as a person, whatever. But sometimes you might give a person a type of vibe or whatever, and like if a person really don't know you, they just going off. And a lot of people believe whatever they see on the news or anything like that. So, like, you know, I can understand why people might, you know, jump to conclusions behind stuff just because how they drew it up or how they made it look. You know what I mean? How it looked is like, I might have looked like I could put anybody else in that situation, and then, you know, how would I feel? Or would I, you know, if I really know him, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I know he wouldn't do it. But if I don't know him or you don't know what type of stuff people be on,
Right.
like, you know, the crowd of people that, you know, I probably been around in my life, like everybody ain't just great individuals. So people might like associate me with somebody they might know that I might have hung around at a point in my life. And they might think like, oh yeah, they be on that type stuff. Or like that ain't too far from what they be doing. But but people that really know me, I never got caught up in that type stuff. I'm hooping. I might be around certain people at certain times, partying, doing whatever, but like, I'm in the gym most of the time. Like, or I ain't really doing too much.
Right, that's what you was
Extra,
about.
you know what I'm saying?
You was about the hoops. So when did it get to the point where it's like, damn, you know, B, you gonna do some time? When did you? When at that point, how did you feel?
It was crazy, man. I just never thought that time was gonna come. Like, I ain't like the whole time. I just knew they was out to get us, but I just knew their case was just so. It just took a good lawyer to just point out everything, the inconsistencies, and then that'll bring up enough doubt. It ain't like you got to make nothing up. It just like put the facts out there, play what she said initially, and then show the evidence, and it'll just you gonna come out.
It is what it was.
Yeah.
And so, what was the initial?
Then,
What was the? Yeah.
you know, once they convict him, because it's like I never was really in there on the trials because I was supposed to be a witness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, for Brian. So, but I never ended up testifying. So, and like the last trial, he didn't even take the stand. So, it just like, man, like he would come tell me like kind of, you know what I'm saying, how it's looking or whatever, but it won't really, like I won't in there like seeing, like I knew the inconsistencies, like I read the transcripts and different stuff too, but it was just like being in there at the trial, you know what I'm saying? Like that, but I was able to hear like the closing argument, so I kind of, you know what I'm saying, hear what they was trying to say pretty much. But I'm like, man, ain't no way these people. And then like the jury was like, there's a lot of black people on the jury, like probably six, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, but older black women, older black men kind of, it wasn't any white men or older white men on the jury. And I feel like when it come to like laws and guns and stuff like that, just having a firearm, like they look at it different. You know what I'm saying? Like an older white man might look at it different from an older black guy that's of a certain type of status, like, you know what I mean? So, but it's just like, you wouldn't think that. You would think, like, all right, we know they gonna hear all this, you know what I'm saying? Like,
all the evidence, I understand.
all this evidence, is all this racial profiling, like, and at the climate of how the world is, and like, we already know how police can be. So it's like, when you got all this in your face, even though I wasn't in there on the trial, so I don't really know everything they heard, but it's just like I know the case. So it's like, damn. And they might have looked at Brian lawyer like he ain't probably put on a strong enough case because he ain't really call that many witnesses.
Yeah, and all
it's really
that.
like he might have felt like he didn't need to because they already proved that, you know what I'm saying, the inconsistencies. Like, but all you gotta do is play the 911 tape and look at the evidence where they trying to say we wore and like all that DNA don't even match. So there's a lot of stuff that's involved in the case that like would be like, damn, that's a closed, like it's open and shut. Like that ain't like it won't them. Y'all got the wrong people.
So were you there when the conviction?
Yeah, I was there in the courtroom when they convicted him. But,
what they give him? What was the initial they had gave him?
So you know when they first say he guilty, you gotta come back for your sentencing.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know, it's just like I ain't even stick around.
Once they said he was guilty.
When they came back with the verdict, I was just mad. I like snapping and just left out the courtroom. Like, this is bullshit. Just left. Like, fuck this shit. But I should have stuck around probably because that was the last time I could have got to see him. Like, I'm saying, hug him like, nigga, don't worry about it. We're going to get through this. You know what I mean? All that type of stuff. But I just mad. I got up out of that jump. And I don't know. And they got my ass locked up. Messing around.
For real. you adding up in there, man? Yeah, I mean, I
But,
feel you.
you know what I'm saying?
That's your
Just
brother,
being mad,
you know?
man, that's just,
That's your
you know what
brother.
I'm saying?
You
Like,
know what I
come
mean?
on, man. Like, after like it's like 6 years probably of fighting that jump, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew that jump was some bullshit.
And then, you know, so then the sentencing, what was said?
At sentencing, I think he got like, I think it was like 5.5
Mm-hmm.
or something. But, you know, that's like on the low end for them type charges, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, all right, that's cool. You can, you know what I'm saying? He got a good support system
Right.
around him. So, like, you know, he handled it probably better than I could have, like, knowing, like, you know what I'm saying?
And the whole time through this, he was locked up, like going through
Yeah.
the for the 6 years. He was locked
like
up. Bro.
sentencing. Now, he did like 4 and some change.
Right.
But, yeah.
And
he
then
got
had
a
to get
pardon at the end of, like, like 1 more year left.
right.
Yeah,
So how was that day? You know, him coming home, man. How was that day for you, man?
That joint was crazy, man. It was like it kind of happened fast, man. Just like, man, I just happy to see him home, you know what I mean?
And that shit finally behind y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And in a way, you know what I'm saying?
Right. It's gonna be always on you.
Yeah,
Because
but
you took some piece of this man, like you know.
he still got to get fully exonerated, man. Like,
Yeah, you gotta clean
clean his
his
record
name.
cleared and it's really behind him. You know what I'm saying? That's just
Right.
the goal
Right.
overall.
Right. So we had that charity game, man, at the the Croc Center. You know, everybody balled out. How was that for you? You know what I mean? We got the honor, Lil B and all that. And I was doing the mic and all that. How was that for you?
Yeah, man, that was big, man. It felt good to get out there, man. It was some good competition out there. It was a good game, good vibe. You did your thing on the mic. You know
Appreciate
what I'm saying? So that joint was just good, man. Nice turnout. Had the news out there and everything.
Yeah.
Like, it was a big event to me, man. Like, you know, it was some good rec, man.
Yeah, it was.
Good
Yeah.
to see him out there, you know.
Yeah, I put on the
If he
show.
could have got out there, that joint would have been a little...
Oh,
but
yeah.
he, you know, he ain't really... he don't be with all this type of stuff. So, I mean, like, as far as, you know...
He just had, I felt like it was a lot, man. Shit. The camera, everything, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That man just wanted to be home. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even that game, I felt like that was a little too early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like let him chill out a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but he came in. I appreciate him, you know what I mean, for even coming in and showing love.
I
You know
didn't
what I
think
mean?
he was going to come for real. I'm like, man, come on.
That's a lot on him. That was a lot on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That man just came
for
home
sure.
fighting this shit. You know what I mean? And he came out and did that. You know what I mean? So big shout out to, you know, B for that. You know what I mean? So let's get back to the, you know, your hoop story. You know what I mean? You know, I see you still balling, man. I don't think you're gonna stop, bro. You got down. You look like you got damn 24. God damn. The body, you stay working out. You stay in the gym. Where you hooping at now?
I just be hooping wherever I can get some rec in, man. I just try to stay active so, you know, I can really show the young boys what it is. Like, I don't, like, you can tell somebody and this and that, but if I can still show you, some unrespected, they say what they want to, but I'm gonna show you either way. Like, we can go at it. Like, I'm gonna really be hands-on with you. We gonna play. Like, we really feel like you like that, or
I'm
you
there.
know what I'm saying?
You ready to show 'em?
I'm ready to hoop. Like, any on any level. It's like whatever. I'm hooping. I ain't running from no rec, but it's like just to keep me youthful. You know what I'm saying? I feel like good exercise. You know what I'm saying? So just love for the game, man, and still that competitive nature, man. Like I don't. Like, until I really got to put it down, I feel like a lot of times out here I would feel like just like certain people would be like, man, you know, why you still hooping? This, that, and the third. That's like the mentality. But once I moved away and just got around, I seen like dudes 50 years old still hooping, like in good shape, you know what I'm saying? Looking youthful. Like, damn, that's how I want to be.
Right.
And then even my pops, though. My pops was hooping when he was like 50. Like I said, my uncle, you know, the one that I said that I looked at, you know, he lived up in Camden, New Jersey.
Still.
Uncle Curtis, like, he was probably like my age now, 360 and dunking on dudes on like the outdoor courts, and like he used to have me with him, so I just be up there watching him, and that really like just looking back, like, damn, he was like 40 years old doing that kind of stuff, man, like 360 and all that. So I was like, I look at it like, damn, I gotta at least live up to almost this or something. But I mean, that'd be like my
you still there. You still. I see from you show the videos on the
measuring stick for that.
You show the videos on IG. We watching, bro. You still getting on the butter rim. Still balling, making the decisions. Got the jumper. That jumper is nice, man. You stepped right into it. Nice jumper. So
still perfect my craft, man, different ways I can. I don't jump like I used to. Probably not as fast, but I still try to stay at a decent level, a high level. Try to work on different aspects of the game that at certain points I might have neglected just cause, you know, just more so focused on the highlights. Now I take more pride in getting everybody involved, my passing more, you know,
you make some
rebounding
crazy
more,
plays.
being an all-around player. You know what I'm saying? But just to try to, since I'm teaching the game, I want to kind of be an example of how you should play the game too, and you know what I mean, how I feel.
Yeah, let's speak on that because I see you doing the training as well. You show a lot of that on the IG as well and the social media. How's that going for you? You know,
It's great, man. I love it because you know you never know like who one of these kids gonna end up being. So it's just like just having a chance to work with them, whether I get to train a kid 1 or 2 times or if they consistent with me, regardless. Like just being hands on with different people and different children and being able to play a role in their life, helping them develop their game on their path and everything, teaching them some of the stuff I learned along the way from different places. That's all I do, just bring everything I learned, everything I worked on, or something another coach taught me, or something I seen, and just like try to bring it together and teach it the best way I know how, like, you know.
So hoops, that's every day for you. That's every day for you.
Pretty much, not every day, but, you know, I would like it to be, man. I'm trying to just do that, but, you know, sometimes I still got to do other things to make money. I can't just, you know, depend on that 100% yet. So once I get to where I want to be, then, you know, it's going to be just in that gym, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's the ultimate goal, to be able to live in the gym for real. Like, wake up, train,
right?
You know, might throw some tournaments or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see you've been doing it, bro.
All the way
You've
locked
been doing it for a minute, especially with the training. And who not the better to get it from you? Let's speak on this as well. You in the hoop league, are you gonna be playing in that this summer?
I'm trying to, man. It's hard getting back and forth, man. It's like, you know, with my schedule up there and then being able to come, like, I come to games I can, like, when I'm in town, like, you know. But it's just tough getting back and forth like I want to, man. I really just want to start coming home a lot more, but, you know, when I can, I'm definitely with it, man. If somebody willing to put me on the roster and you know, just hold my spot, maybe I get there for a couple games and then get in the playoffs or something, like, I'm with it.
He'll be there.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about the high school scene a little bit before we get up out of here. Anybody out here you seeing?
Man, shoot, I mean, the best game I went to so far this year was Paul VI. Like, you know,
they up top with you.
Yeah, they that's
and
the
they
team.
keep some
So,
guys.
like, that's the measuring stick, man. Like, for all these kids out here, whatever, like, teams like that, you know. But it's some kids out here, man. Like, you know. I just keep my eyes open. Like, it's a lot of people out here. They be like people I grew up playing with. They're kids now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Getting buckets around here.
Hell yeah.
You know, I still want to see the River do good.
Yeah, we got some work to do.
At Grassfield.
Yeah, I like his game too.
Yeah, man.
I like his game.
Want him to do good, like them guys. But yeah, man, I just always got my eyes open. Anybody that, you know, got a kid that got some potential, I'm willing to work with anybody. Like, you know, they don't got to be already ready. Like, I help them get ready. But I just like being around the game. I go to rec games, school games, whatever, man.
You always been around.
Yeah.
I want to say before we got out, you always been the guy I looked up to on the court. I was like, damn, when I first got down, we used to ball at the Rat as I got older. I'm like, dog, you had a crazy game to me, bro. Like, I'll just be like, dog. And you know me, I'm talk shit. You was a guy, I'm talking shit to this nigga like I'm on the same level with this nigga. He'll tell you, I'm talking like, this nigga should look at me like, bro, what the fuck, bro? Like, seriously. And still go out there and get it to me like I'm on his level, you know what I mean? So that's one thing I always respect about you, bro. Like, no matter who it was, if a nigga on his level, this not, even the other day we balled at the nigga tell me, hey, bro, this not your team, bro. I'm the best player, then you just play your role. You know what I'm saying? Like, this the shit he always been like that, you know what I mean?
Though, man. Like, it's like,
yeah, you always just keep it real, though.
I think I'd be a little bit too cocky sometimes with it, but, like,
you just
I
love
respect
the game,
your game,
man.
though. You a hooper, though, because you was out there balling for real. And I know how you feel. Like, you feel like, nigga, you be better. Like,
you see what I'm saying?
Like, that's how a hooper's supposed to feel. But it's like, you know, that'd be the problem I be having, like, sometimes with teammates. I might be like, man, yo, fall back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me work. I'm going to get you. I see you. I know what you can do. But, you know.
Nah, yeah, you always been that guy, but a nigga can't argue with you because when your ass goddamn put it up, that shit 9 times 10, that shit going through the net. So it's an honor for me to be, you know what I mean, able to know you, bro, and then able to have you on my podcast. So, you know what I mean? Like, because we talk about you all the time. Like, if you don't know, like, the guys, me, goddamn, everybody, bro, you can even think of it. When we talk about nigga, you come up all the time. So just know that, you know what I mean? And it's an honor to have you, you know what I mean, paying homage to hoops, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man,
and we're going to do some more shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate you having me, man. Even, like, when you reached out from the beginning, like, you know what I'm saying? I rock with you. You somebody that supported me with whatever, man.
Yeah.
Whatever training. I mean, cop some gear from me for the training.
Oh, hell yeah. You
Like,
got to get that shit
so,
back
like,
out. You got to get that eat shit back out.
Yeah, man. You gotta get it right. But Yeah, man, I rock with you, man. You always grinded out a real hooper, man. You
I
love to
appreciate
be
it.
around the
Yeah,
game,
I
man.
appreciate it, bro. You already know I love it, dog. I love it. You already know it. I appreciate you, dog, playing Homage the Hoops with me.
Yes, sir, man.
You know what I'm saying? This been my guy, man. Branden Smith, a.k.a. Schmitty, B. Schmitty, whatever they call him. You know what I'm saying? This been episode 6. We appreciate y'all, man. Homage the Hoops.
Homage the Hoops.
Yes, sir. Yeah, dog, that's what it is.
We were young. We ain't know no better. Adolescents, you know. As we grew, now it's grown to something bigger. And I love it and I can respect it. Now we all just entrepreneurs and trying to build our brand. MAG it's a brand, you know. The acronym must achieve greatness. Striving for greatness.
King shit.